The world of beauty and cosmetics has evolved leaps and bounds over time. Customers are now bombarded with a plethora of choices, causing them to be spoilt for choice and making it almost impossible for people to ignore or stick to the basics. In fact, reports have shown that the global cosmetics industry has grown exponentially in the past few years, with a projected 9% growth rate in 2024, following its value of over $617.2 billion in 2023. In today's video, we're going to break down and discuss the mysterious history behind one of the world's leading cosmetic brands, Sephora. The Sephora brand made its way into the beauty and cosmetic world in an almost sneaky manner. Despite its vague origin story and recurring racial controversies, the company remains one of the leading brands in the cosmetic industry, with over $17.9 billion in revenue, a plus 125% organic growth, and a staggering 76% increase in profits in 2023, according to Forbes. So, join us as we take you beyond the foundation and reveal the barefaced history of Sephora. Before we get into it, a quick reminder that today's video is sponsored by Sky is the Limit, a convenient way to shop for quality sneakers that are guaranteed to blow your mind. Let's get right into it.
The origin of Sephora is relatively unknown, as there's a bit of mystery behind the history of the brand as we know it today. Most books and reports claim that Sephora began in 1969 or 1970. However, that is not the complete truth. Around the time it is generally believed that the company was founded, reports show that it had already existed under a different name. According to some sources, the company existed as a part of a chain of stores. However, later tax filings revealed that it was just a single store. While we ponder on this contradiction, the more intriguing question is, what was the company called before it took on the identity of Sephora? More importantly, why is unconfirmed to this day? As we will later see in this video, the company that we know as Sephora was purchased by Boots in 1974. However, Boots at the time was not a publicly traded company. As a result, the company's annual records did not show when it purchased or renamed Sephora. The earliest clue that Boots owned a beauty and cosmetics store was in their principal companies list in 1979, which showed that the company owned 70% of a cosmetic and toiletries retailing company known as Beauté, Hygiène et Soins, registered in France, which was later shown to be the parent company of Sephora. But that is not the interesting part. The cosmetic store Beauté, Hygiène et Soins was part of a chain of stores known as Nouvelle Galerie before it was purchased by Boots. Founded in 1897, Nouvelle Galerie was a vast chain of stores in France, including businesses like department stores and supermarkets, in addition to the cosmetic stores that the company already owned. However, the company started experiencing hard times in the late 60s, with the French stock market crashing, their nationwide workers' strike in 1969, and an unfortunate Romeo and Juliet story involving a psychotic man who fell in love with a female employee at the Nouvelle Galerie store. In October 1972, the unhinged Romeo opened fire in the store, killing 4 people, including a little girl, and wounding 6 others. As a result of all these struggles, the Nouvelle Galeries began selling pieces of their business, which explains the 70% that was sold to Boots in 1970. In 1973, Boots reopened the cosmetic stores under the name Sephora, and by 1981, they owned 100% of the brand. Unlike the previous owners, Boots focused on evolving the retail world with a focus on customer experience, which helped differentiate the brand from its competitors. By 1979, Boots had become one of the top-performing retail stores in France. Despite this growth, the company Sephora was not mentioned by name in the company's filings until 1982. By 1984, the Sephora brand had grown almost exponentially, and the company expanded to 13 stores. By 1987, it expanded to 38 stores. The exact number of stores Sephora had before it was purchased by Dominique Mandonnaud. Although the company was not in the final form of what we know it as today, Mandonnaud purchased the company and all its 38 stores in 1993 for the sum of $61 million. This purchase, merged with the story of Mandonnaud, is widely acknowledged and reported as the origin of Sephora. Sephora, as we know it today, can be attributed to the genius of one man, Dominique Mandonnaud. Dominique Mandonnaud is a visionary entrepreneur who set out to conquer the cosmetic world with one mission: to make beauty seamless and easy. To do so, he created a revolutionary cosmetic shopping strategy that changed shopping for beauty products into an experience. Who is Dominique Mandonnaud, and how did he revolutionize the beauty industry? Dominique Mandonnaud was born on the 5th of September, 1947, in Limoges, France. His parents were small business traders. For 9 years, he worked as a soap seller in his family's shop in Limoges. During that time, he discovered his love for fragrances and learned how to create beautiful scents. After working for his parents, Dominique set out with the dream of offering something original that added flair to the world. So, with just enough money saved from his time at his family shop, he opened his first perfume shop in 1969. At the time, cosmetics stores displayed and sold their products behind counters, with representatives of the brand advising customers on what products to get. Although this model worked, it did not allow customers to shop freely or try different brands, as each counter only stocked products from their respective brands. Mandonnaud noticed a flaw in the business model and identified a gap from which he could infiltrate and control the market. So, drawing inspiration from Estée Lauder, he remodeled his perfume shop in 1979 and turned it into a self-service store, allowing customers to try, mix, and spray any scents before purchasing, an idea that was unheard of in France at the time. This helped customers play a more active part in the decision-making process. They could play around and experiment with different products before deciding on what best addressed their needs. During the remodeling in 1979, he made 2 major changes that helped grow his business and change the cosmetic world forever. First, as we pointed out earlier, he allowed customers to interact with the products before buying, meaning that he displayed his products and product testers on the shelves instead of behind the counter like other stores. Second, he organized the products by category instead of brand. This helped customers compare and contrast similar products from different brands in a way that made customers feel like they were getting the best value for their money. Surprisingly, the self-service model did not catch on as quickly as you'd expect. At the time, Mandonnaud's shop, known as Shop 8, was regarded as a mid or low-end market brand because it was very similar to a supermarket. As a result, the company's expansion took longer than expected. By 1984, Shop 8 had only acquired 3 more stores, and Mandonnaud found himself facing a major setback. He needed financial support to help him grow his business. With the help of a loan, Mandonnaud expanded Shop 8 to a total of 12 stores in 1990. However, Mandonnaud still wasn't satisfied. So he sought to take another loan to fund his expansion into Paris, the cosmetic center of the world. But his application was denied on the grounds that he had not repaid his previous debt. However, he did not allow this setback to deter him. He forged ahead and sought funds from 2 private equity companies, Apex Partners and Astor, who not only agreed to back him financially, but also supported his expansion plans with a weird condition we will discuss later in the video. Dominique Mandonnaud, charged with this newfound capital, consolidated all the Shop 8 stores under a new parent company known as Mandonnaud L'Univers Beauté. The company's initial plan was to build their own stores. However, due to the 1991 recession, they were able to purchase a company that had been underperforming according to their parent company standards, Sephora. Although the Sephora brand was not very profitable at the time, it was the largest perfume retailer in France. so it was a household name in the country. So it made sense for all the Shop 8 stores to take up the name. Mandonnaud still wasn't finished. In a completely separate business called Mille et un Parfum, which he established in 1993 in a shopping mall near Paris, Mandonnaud had been experimenting with combining his three business concepts: self-service, testers, and brand-based merchandising, with luxurious backlit black and white fittings in a large selling space. He soon realized that it was a revolutionary idea and merged the concept into Sephora, making it the first luxury space in retail history. Dominique Mandonnaud's business model was a wonderful success in France, and over the next 4 years, the company grew to 54 stores across the country and controlled about 8% of the French perfume market. As we mentioned earlier, the loan from the private equity companies came with a condition, which was an agreement that the partnership would be disbanded by the year 1997, regardless of how successful the business had become. The reason? As bizarre as it sounds, the reason was to allow Mandonnaud to retire before his 50th birthday. As you'd expect, it was not difficult to sell such a profitable enterprise. The then fast-growing conglomerate, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, LVMH, snapped up Sephora for $262 million in a deal to help them maintain control over their already owned luxury brands. LVMH wasted no time investing heavily in Sephora. In 1998, they bought out their biggest competitor, Marie-Jeanne Godard, converting all 75 stores into Sephora and increasing their outlets to a total of 129 stores across France. With this move, Sephora now controlled about 18% of the French perfume market and increased sales to 2 billion francs. In the same year, they opened their online store, a move that was ahead of its time and competitors, and the first U.S. Sephora store in New York. Not long after, they erected 39 other stores across the United States in the same year. By the year 2000, Sephora had 460 worldwide stores, and by 2002, they had plans to add another 175 stores in the U.S. Despite Sephora's success in the United States, its expansion plans did not go so smoothly in other parts of the world, as the company failed to establish itself in all of Spain, Japan, and the United Kingdom. By 2004, Sephora had a total of 521 stores worldwide and plans to open 460 more stores by 2005. They had also created their brand of affordable products and recorded a double-digit increase in sales annually. At this time, Sephora was seeing unprecedented growth. However, they had still not become the omnipresent store that we know today. This status came after the company signed a surprising agreement with JCPenney in 2006. At the time, JCPenney was struggling to capture the younger demographic, so it was surprising for an upscale brand like Sephora to partner with them. Little did they know that this partnership was about to change the cosmetic retailing world once again. Under the agreement, Sephora would have in-store shops located in the center of the department stores. The in-store shops would be designed with their iconic black and white backlit displays with dedicated staff in 60 JCPenney stores. This win-win agreement helped Sephora promote its brand and ensured JCPenney became a hot attraction for young people. Soon, Sephora shifted its focus to the future and how it could continue to grow. In 2014, they reached an agreement to sell products from new brands, such as Fenty Beauty, owned by Rihanna, alongside their original products. This helped ensure that they could continue to provide fresh and desirable options to their customers. In 2016, Sephora ended its partnership with JCPenney and partnered with JCPenney's competitor, Kohl's, a partnership that helped Sephora grow its sales to $1.4 billion in 2023 and implement plans to add about 140 more stores in 2024. Speaking about growth, another fashion brand that features very heavily in the trending fashion scene of today is Sky is the Limit. This exclusive line of high-end quality sneakers is designed to inspire and elevate. Just like Sephora, Sky is the Limit believes in making you look good and feel even better. It's about embracing your greatness and walking your path with confidence. So, what are you waiting for? Take a step towards greatness. Click the link in the description and explore our stunning collection of quality sneakers. Your journey to greatness starts here. The Sephora and JCPenney collaboration was a raging success and positioned the brand to take advantage of the increase in demand for beauty products due to YouTube and the 2008 recession. What this means is that during a recession, customers may be reluctant to purchase designer clothes or accessories, but they could still spend on makeup products which were much cheaper and were now marketed to them by their favorite YouTuber. Soon, it became fashionable to have a lot of cosmetic products arranged beautifully in pretty boxes in a beauty room. This was still not the end. Another reason why Sephora is what it is today is its points system that recognizes and rewards customers for spending heavily in the store. Soon, it became a flex to accumulate points in your Sephora account. They categorized customers based on how much they spent and provided incentives that encouraged people to continue spending to get to the next customer tier. By 2016, Sephora represented about 45% of LVMH's business, while maintaining its double-digit sales growth. However, it was not all smooth sailing. In 2019, the company began experiencing a bit of a PR nightmare, which was not exactly new. Over the years, Sephora has had some lawsuits regarding discrimination, which the company had not taken seriously. The most famous incident was in 2019, when singer and songwriter SZA spoke out against being racially profiled. Sephora responded by shutting down all its stores for one day for sensitivity training. However, it was later revealed that the day was already planned, and the company did not do much about it. The most recent issue came in 2024, when a 24-second video went viral on TikTok of a young woman in Sephora applying makeup in what would appear to be blackface. Aside from the issues with racism, the brand was also exposed in 2022 for selling customer data they accumulated from the Customer Points program, and the company was charged $1.2 million. Despite their public rough patch, it feels like Sephora has gotten to the point where it cannot fail, as it appears to have a model that almost ensures continuous growth. Now, over to you. Do you think that Sephora has what it takes to exist forever? We would like to read your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on other videos like this when they drop. Stay tuned for more exciting videos, and always remember, with sky is the limit, greatness awaits you at every step.